The Gambia, country in Western Africa, situated on the Atlantic coast and surrounded by the neighboring country of Senegal, occupies a long narrow strip of land that surrounds the Gambia River. The land is flat and is dominated by the river, which is navigable throughout the length of the country. It may be small, but the Gambia is crammed full of culture, history, and natural beauty. Here are 12 interesting facts about the Gambia that will leave you spellbound. This is AFRI. Thanks for watching. 1. One center to the slave trade. Kunta Kinte Island, formerly known as James Island, was once a major waypoint to the transatlantic slave trade, becoming a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2003. Today, you can travel upriver on an excursion to some of the landmarks, including the village where Halley's great-great-grandfather, Kunta Kinte, is said to have been born, at the Museum of Slavery. The museum brings the past to the present by educating visitors about the history of transatlantic slavery in this region of West Africa. The artifact on show displays focus on the capture and subsequent horrifying journey across the Atlantic, known as the Middle Passage. Two. Named after the River Gambia. The river stretches 700 miles from northwestern Gambia all the way to Banjul in the Gambia, before eventually spilling into the Atlantic Ocean. The River Gambia runs directly through the middle of the Gambia, and it's along its mangrove-lined tributaries that you can find much of the country's wildlife. 3. 95% Muslim population. Islam is by far the most prevalent religion in the Gambia, and the majority of Muslims in the Gambia adhere to Sunni laws and traditions. But despite this, Islam has not extinguished traditional beliefs, and even the most devout Gambian Muslims practice Islam that blends the teachings of the Quran with animist beliefs. The country is also very tolerant to different religions, with a small number of Christians residing there too. 4. Votes cast by dropping stones in holes.
In schools, at village centers, and locally called bantabas.
One of the most fascinating facts about the Gambia is its unique voting system. Instead of ballot papers, voters use marbles.
Are you serious?
Yes, you heard me right. The system was introduced in the early 1960s to address the high illiteracy level in the nation. Each party or candidate competing in an election has a drum painted with its own identifying colors and their party symbol or photograph. On election day, voters are issued a marble each and proceed into an enclosed space where they are faced with the drums with photos of the candidates embossed on them. Once they choose their candidate, the voters then slip the marble into a small hole on the top of the barrel. By falling, the marble hits a bicycle bell whose sound clearly indicates to the polling officials that a vote was cast.
We are proud. This is unique to Gambia. We've been using these drums for over 60 years now.
The system is second to none in terms of its transparency, credibility, fairness. No one can rig it.
5. The sacred crocodile pool. The Kachikali crocodile pool is home to around 100 crocodiles of varying shapes and sizes. They are all well looked after and, more importantly, well fed.
And they eat only fish. We don't give meat. Every morning we have to feed them with 250 kilo of fish. That make them stable, and it also make them from hunger free. So it also reduce their aggressiveness.
So they pose no danger to the tourists who pass through on a daily basis. But hey, stay cautious when you meet those new friends. Whilst you are here though, do make sure to visit the small museum on the site, as it provides much broader description of how and why the area came to be sanctified. It is still thought that the waters can bestow fertility and healing powers.
People will come individually for their problem. Okay. Politicians will come, business people will come.
Olden days, this place was not been seen as a tourist attraction center. It was only used for traditional belief. That enclosement over there, that's the traditional side of the pool.
Ladies who have been married for so many years and they are not able to conceive, we have to go and get some water from the pool. Okay. They get inside here to have their bath. For doing that, they'll be blessed with a child. It's a bathroom for multi-purpose.
6. 50 miles of coastline. For such a tiny country, the Gambia has an impressive stretch of coastline. It's these uncrowded, sandy beaches and year-round sunshine that make the Gambia so popular with British holidaymakers in search of sun-kissed beach holiday. Well, and maybe something more. And don't ask me what it is, because I have no idea. The country is devoid of any mountains, which means there are no mountains in the Gambia.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
7. The smallest country in mainland Africa. The Gambia is a long strip of land that follows the course of the River Gambia and is situated on Africa's west coast, bordered on either side by Senegal. It's incredibly narrow, measuring less than 30 miles wide at its widest. Although small, the country is densely populated with approximately 2.28 million people. 8. The least populated capital. The Gambia's laid-back, low-rise capital Banjul lies on the small, flat St. Mary's Island at the mouth of the Gambia River, home to a city-proper population of around 35,000. Banjul is the least populated capital city on the African mainland. 9. Never won an Olympic medal. Although the Gambia has sent athletes to every Summer Olympic Games held since 1984, the nation is still waiting to win an Olympic medal. The Gambia is yet to compete at the Winter Olympics. This must be a Guinness World Record. What do you think? 10. Agriculture is a major source of income. The Gambia's economy relies heavily on tourism, but the second biggest cash crop is peanuts. Around 80% of the population is employed in this sector, which is sensitive to adverse climatic conditions and it still operates largely at a subsistence farming rather than commercial enterprise level. 11. Home to 9 different tribes. The largest of these tribes is the Madinka, along with the Fula and Wolof, all of whom live harmoniously together. As a result of the British influence over the Gambia, the official language of the nation is English, and it dominates the media. 12. Over 600 species of birds. The country is undoubtedly the bird watcher's paradise, with 600 plus species to be discovered in the forests and by its banks. As you venture further inland, you'll also see crocodiles and hippos residing in the river, not to mention green velvet and red colobus monkeys in several hotel gardens. So, don't forget your camera when you go on an adventure. So that's all about Gambia. On to the next. See you. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Shalom. Peace.